Hello, boss. What's up? What's up? Welcome to a new video. And in this video, let's talk about the topic, don't try to look rich. So, I heard this first advice when I actually stumbled on one of Code with Harry's YouTube video. I'm sure you would have heard of Code with Harry. He's like a very popular YouTuber, and he basically makes videos on tech related stuff. Okay, so anything like Java or any programming language, or most of the tutorials are based on programming. So since I was doing my computer science engineering and all that, so I stumbled on his channel, and he had like a video when he actually told that he basically was giving out few pointers from his engineering life, right? So one of the pointers were actually don't try to look rich. And he told that there are people who try to uh, i mean uh, who try all who try to like look like wannabes and everything, and invest their money in all these like fashion and all that cost them a lot of money. And you know how expensive like very good clothing and the latest trendy clothing are, right? So yeah, that was like one of the points that he highlighted. I mean, I did not take it that seriously, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll definitely keep this in my mind, but I did not pay like that much heed to that particular point, so, right? And then I go to my engineering, and I think I heard this video probably in my first or second year, I guess. And during my engineering, that's what I actually observed. People, you have no idea. I think at least people like crazily invest in fashion and trying to look rich and trying to impress everyone in their class or department, right? And I've seen people like spending close to like 5 to 6 thousand every month in getting the latest fashionable stuff or cool stuff or trending, or what you call as drip or streetwear, the oversized t-shirt, hoodies, and everything, man. I mean, no offense against whatever these style of clothing, even I love them. But at the same time, what I feel is, see, this is my theory, right? So, not theory, I'm just speaking facts. At least 95% of them, or most of them, let's not put numbers, man. Even I don't know where I'm getting these numbers from. At least most of them, right? Most of them in colleges or universities, they don't even earn money. They still like get like pocket money from their parents, or basically the parents give them some money for their monthly or weekly expenditures, right? And upon that, imagine the audacity of people, or it might be you, right? Imagine the audacity of you to actually spend the money what your parents are giving on like expensive clothing that basically is nothing. It'll do the same job as the normal clothing, but it's just that you get that validation, right? That, oh yeah, this person, oh look at his shoes, man, whatever, Air Jordans, or I don't know, like Air Jordans, right? Air Jordans, look at those shoes, like, oh my god. I've seen people getting like shoes worth of like what, 8 to 9k, 10k, 15k. And funny fact is, they're like, no, I don't want to wear this, man, it'll get dirty or whatever. I don't know, man, I'm not like a sneakerhead or something, so I don't get the logic. Yeah, yeah, I'm not a boomer, man, come on, even I'm like a Gen Z kid. But yet it doesn't make sense, man, it doesn't make sense to me at all. Like, spending your parents' money on all these stuffs, right? And just to get that validation, and just to present yourself as really cool in the society. I mean, to be like very honest with you, I don't think so. You'll get like an inch of respect from my side, because I mean, if it's your money, mad respect, man, mad respect and everything. Like, great power to you. But with your parents' money and doing all that nonsense, good for you, man, good for you. So that's my point. And the worst part is, we sometimes tend to get carried away by people around us. I mean, I don't know about most of them, but I definitely did get carried away despite of hearing this advice, right? So there were some people around me who were like very fashionable and everything, but not like I was shabby or anything, man. I mean, I might look like that. Okay, I don't even look like that. I'm roasting myself now. So yeah, not like I was like whatever, like way too shabby. I don't care about what I wear and all that. But it's just that people around me were like very fashionable. They wore like the latest clothing or what was trendy and expensive clothing, right? But yeah, so I started earning when I was in my first year of engineering, man. So I know the value of money from from the first year. So I used to, despite having that money, I never spent on all these like silly stuffs. That's what I consider them, man. So it's like, I mean, even simple clothing, it's doing the same job to me, right? It's doing the same job. I'm not telling invest in some cheap clothing like first copy of Puma, such as Upma or something. I had to get this joke. That's why I included this bit. Yeah, Upma. Yeah, I discovered that. Yeah, you even get like first copy of Puma's Upma. My God, creativity, man. So yeah, I'm not telling invest in like cheap or like whatever, man. Like the first copies, but invest in some decent and I would say like reasonable, affordable clothing, but not like trying to look yourself like a rapper, like right, so, a swag and whatever, man, whatever the drip, whatever terminologies that you have, right? Yeah. So that'll be my advice. So I was influenced by many people around me. So and then I discovered when I was in that retrospection mode, right? I was like, no man, this is not me. I'm getting influenced by these people. So I was like, screw this, man. I'll be me. Let people judge me or whatever. And yeah, I think that's a very honest fact or very true fact that you are average of people, four or five people with whom you surround yourself, right? So if people around you are all these like judgmental types and validating a person just based on his clothing or whatever, good luck for you, man. You know where you're heading to, despite of you telling that yourself that no, I won't get influenced by these people or whatever. Trust me, at one or the other layer, you are already influenced or you will be getting influenced by them. So that's how I had to cut away like some of these people from my life, right? Because I'm a simple and whatever, man. I like to lead my life in a simple fashion. I don't really like expensive stuff or whatever, man. The latest things, right? I like to be simple and elegant. That's it. That's what I would like to, uh, whatever, look like. So all this happened. So my question to you would be, I mean, despite of you watching this video, you might be like whatever, rich or poor or middle class, I don't care, man. If you're here on this channel, I assume that you're here to like question yourself, add some perspectives, and basically I'm trying to add value in your lives. So or presenting my perspectives, that's it. So you can disagree with me, you're free to do that. But my question is, even if you're from a rich family, right? I mean, don't you like feel that a bit of hesitation when you're asking money from your parents? Like you need to go to them every time. You know that you're like 19, 20, and you still have to like go to your parents every time and ask them for money. I mean, I don't know, man. If even I was born to a rich family, I wouldn't have done that because that kind of feels embarrassing because you're already like 19, 20, and you're still asking your money from your parents for, especially, I'm not telling like the basic needs, like just because you need like the latest drip clothing and fashionable stuffs, right? You want to spend like 5 to 6K on shopping every month, and poor parents sometimes they don't even deny you. You don't know the reality. You don't know how many ads or how many like all nighters your parents are pulling out, right? So you're like, I'm getting the money, so I'm sorted, like, yeah. So be it like rich, I mean, if you're from a rich background, it'll be the same advice to you too. I mean, what about like poor and middle class? I find it absolutely ridiculous and berserk that you still have that courage. Or I mean, there's something called as like basic common sense, right? So if you see your parents struggling, or if you know where you're coming from, but despite that, if you're trying to look rich, or if you're still having that urge to invest in the fashionable, like whatever costly items, right? I don't know, man, like to which path are you actually heading to? So you need to actually thoroughly introspect yourself and first remove all these like surface layer thoughts of just looking rich and like impressing few people in your whatever department or class would mean that you're someone, right? No, you're not. Trust me, because uh, I know there are people who have done like crazy achievements and they're still unknown. But who are you? Like whatever, like the latest drip fashion that I don't know, like you got from the hard-earned money that whatever your father or mother is like pulling all nighters or working 80 or 85 hours a week doesn't make sense at all. Try being simple. Try being simple. I know probably this is the rudest video that I've made so far, but sometimes I think the patient needs it, man. Sometimes the patient needs the bitterest medicine, I think. So, yeah, because I've seen like lot of people, especially in engineering and degrees, getting influenced by whatever clothing and having like rich stuff like iPhone and everything. It's like I think you all need to like really question your choices, man. Sometimes you've seen that your parents have like phones with shattered glasses and God knows like what like and I don't even know like Kit Kat version of Android probably, and you force them to like get a phone for you or an EMI, which your parents again have to spend like 2 or 3 years repaying that. I don't know. Like I've like iterated this multiple times in my I've like repeated this multiple times on my channel that you go in your I think at least from 19 from the age of 18, 19 to up to 30 your first goal should be financial independence, man. Concentrate on financial independence. If you have this, if you develop this pattern of spending money on iPhones, I'm not telling don't get them through your money, get them with your money when once everything is sorted and you're like, yeah, I think I can go for it. I have like the sufficient resources to afford this. Only then get that. Why get it from your parents' money? I don't know. I think people definitely miss out. That's what I've observed. That right, people don't have that feeling that you should do something on your own. You should earn. You should basically earn by yourself. No, you're happy that parents are feeding you. Parents are giving you money, and you never have that sense of. I don't know how do I put this. Like you never had the sense of urgency that you need to do stuff on your own, right? So yeah, all these like useless investments, like not even investments, man. Like buying, impulsive buying, like whatever clothing, fashion, shoes, 10 to 15K. I've seen like people getting 10 to 15K shoes for nothing and not even wearing them. I don't know, man. Not a sneakerhead though, but if you're into that sneaker business and all, that makes sense. But again, not from your parents' money. With your money, it makes sense. And iPhones and God knows, like, what's the latest stuff? Watches, probably. And yeah, man. That's what I would like to tell, right? Don't leave that pretense, life of pretense or whatever. Be true to you. Be true to you. Be simple. Be grounded and be humble. That goes a very, very long way in life. And any sensible person would be attracted to qualities like this, okay? Rather than you looking like the coolest or the drippiest, right? I've been doing this whenever I tell that. Okay. So. Right, man. Just be independent. Just be financially independent. That should be your first goal. Aim towards that. Plan out accordingly, and good luck, man. Just do that. Just do that. It's possible. It's possible. Be grounded. Be simple, and be humble. I'll see you in the next video. This was probably the rudest video that I had made, but had to blurt it out. See you all in the next video. Bye bye.